We are currently navigating a fundamental realignment in how the human mind processes information. It is a moment where our traditional methods of thinking are being superseded by the speed of the tools we use. For the first time, you have access to intelligence as a utility. You can bypass the slow process of traditional research to synthesize ideas and generate creative outputs in seconds. This speed creates a profound sense of advantage. When the friction of thinking is removed, it feels like you have gained total mastery over the systems around you. Look at the structure. You provide the initial spark, but algorithmic boundaries guide your trajectory. Your output is defined by pre-established parameters. You are not deciding, you are reacting. By choosing a provided path, you align your thinking to the machine's internal logic. When we stop questioning these preset paths, we trade our agency for efficiency. We aren't necessarily becoming smarter, we are becoming more compatible with the software. To see where this leads, we have to look at what these systems actually are. AI is not a source of new truth, it is a high-definition mirror. If the data we feed it contains human bias or lazy shortcuts, the mirror doesn't fix them, it reflects them back with perfect clarity. When a flawed human assumption enters a machine learning loop, it loses its status as a guess and becomes a data point. The system treats our subconscious errors as instructions. This is the automation of the habit. As this irregular shape circles the loop, it stops being an outlier and becomes the rule. The system reinforces the flaw until it is a permanent feature of the logic. This is how our worst cognitive habits become standardized. By making the process faster, the system makes our existing biases harder to detect and nearly impossible to manually override. This creates a specific contradiction that will define the next decade of human labor. The standard assumption is that as software becomes more capable of thinking, the human requirement for critical judgment will drop toward zero. In reality, an autonomous system operating without direction scales its errors just as fast as its successes. Think of this scale. As we add the weight of algorithmic speed, the entire structure tilts towards distortion. Without a human ethics check to balance the load, the system operates in a state of permanent instability. This makes conscious human judgment the most vital component of the entire system. We are the only part of the loop that can recognize when the machine is perfectly optimizing for a mistake. This isn't just a psychological observation. These loops are being integrated into the infrastructure of our daily lives. When we automate healthcare diagnostics or educational grading, we are scaling the data of the past. If that data contains even subtle biases in how patients were treated or how students were assessed, those biases become the new standard for millions of people. We face a choice between two very different outcomes: tools that provide diagnostic precision or systems that provide automated misdiagnosis at scale. The result depends entirely on whether we treat AI as a replacement for awareness or a reason to increase it. This puts the responsibility on you. Every time you use these tools, you are either refining your own thinking or delegating it. Access to the technology is now a baseline. The real differentiator is the ability to recognize when the system is nudging you into a shortcut and having the discipline to pause. The challenge is to use these systems to reach new insights, rather than just using them to produce faster, automated versions of the thoughts you've already had. The tools are designed to keep you moving at a pace where you don't have time to second-guess the output. Your only real defense is the decision to stop and think for yourself. I'm curious to see how you're managing this. Is AI helping you see new perspectives, or is it just helping you work faster? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this perspective was useful, like the video and subscribe for the next deep dive.